So, good morning, year 10. Today we are going to learn about types of businesses that prevail in Australia. Okay. Now, with types of businesses, we are going to learn about small, medium, and large businesses. How do you find out if it's a small, medium, or large? Okay. And what are the different kinds of business structures that are available in Australia that we do have businesses? Okay. Let's look through them. All right. Now, what is a business? A business is any activity that is conducted by an individual or individuals to produce and sell goods and services that will satisfy the needs of society with the main objective of making profit. Okay. So you're running a business, you're satisfying a need of the society, but the objective is to make the profit. Okay. Along with profit, the other thing that businesses have to consider is that they have to make contributions to the economic and social well-being of our nation. So they have to look after these things as well, which is called the corporate social responsibility. Okay. Now let's look at the classification of business. So mainly the businesses are classified as small, medium, and large. Okay. Now the way you determine the businesses out of any of these three with the number of employees. Okay. Shareholders. Okay. Revenue. Revenue is your money that you're earning by selling your items. Okay. Assets, market share, etc. So these are some of the things that you will consider when you need to check if the business is small, medium, or large. Okay. Now this is just a quick fact. So in June 2017 there were 2 million small businesses in Australia, okay, which is almost 97% of all the businesses. Now most small businesses employ fewer than 5 people. So this is just something for you to know about Australia. Now these are some of the examples. So some classification of businesses based on size. So small, medium, and large, and characteristics. Okay. Now these are some of the examples of the businesses. So small businesses like Cornerstone, your local mechanic in a suburb, hairdressing salon. So they are all small businesses. Okay. Now the medium-sized business would be services club, motel or hotel, engineering factory, and stuff like that. Okay. Now, large businesses, your Woolworths, Qantas, National Australia Bank, or Westpac Bank, or Coles, JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman, they're all large businesses. Okay. Now, in a small business, there will be less than 20 employees. So, any business that is having less than 20 employees is a small business. Okay. Businesses having between 20 and 199 employees is a medium-sized business. Okay. Any more than 200 employees is your large business. Okay. So types of ownership. So again, small, if you look at small businesses, they are independently owned and operated by usually 1 or 2 people. Okay. Medium-sized businesses will be operated by few people and a private shareholder or a private shareholders. Okay. Large businesses are usually owned by thousands of public shareholders. So they offer shares in the market, people buy them, and they are termed as the owners of the business. Okay. Most common legal structure is sole trader. So for small size business, there will be sole trader. We'll learn a little bit more about this. Partnership, private company, and public company for large. Okay. Now these are the types of businesses we are going to go over: sole trader, partnership company, social enterprise, and government business enterprise. Now, what is a sole trader? Okay, sole means one person. Okay, so sole trader is a person who just runs the business on his own. Okay, he may hire the employees, but the ownership is with only one person. Okay, now they are called sole trader. The owner or sole trader is a person who provides all the finance. So it is the responsibility of the owner of the business to provide the finance, make all decisions, and take all the responsibility for the operations of the business. Okay, so it is his sole responsibility. Now, what is a partnership? So when we talk about partnership, it means it's 2 or more people. Okay, so 2 or more people, when they do the business together, they will form a partnership. Okay, now it is very similar to sole trader, that it is not a separate legal entity. So separate legal entity means the business will have its own recognition, and the owners will have their own recognition. For sole trader and partnership, the businesses don't have the separate legal entity, but they are considered as the owners. In the name of the owners, the business is running. Okay, that is, the owners and the businesses are regarded as the same. Okay, while the sole traders pay tax using his or her personal tax file number. So tax file number is very, very important when you're running a business, or even when you're working as an employee. So as a sole trader, you'll use your own tax file number. Okay, but in a partnership, you will have to have a tax file number in the name of partnership. Okay, separate from those of each of the partners, and lodges its own tax return. Okay, so partnership lodges its own tax return. Once you lodge the tax return with an ATO, the profits are then divided among the partners. Okay, so it could be partnership agreement, could be 50-50 partners, or 60-40 partners, 75-25 partners, depending upon what their agreement was. Okay, now this is a little activity that you will be doing. What I want you to do is you need to research a little bit about sole traders and partnerships. So look for 5 examples for sole traders and 5 examples for partnerships. Okay, pause the video here and do this activity and come back and play it again. Okay, now hopefully you've done the activity. What is a company? So there's 2 type of companies: private limited company and public listed companies. Okay, now private limited company or proprietary company is the most common type of company structure in Australia. Okay, now private limited companies must have at least 1 shareholder and a maximum of 15 non-employee shareholders. Okay, a private limited company must also have at least 1 director. So these are some of the important things you need to remember. Therefore, it is quite possible for a private limited company to be owned by a single shareholder. Okay. Now, private companies tend to be small to medium sized, family owned businesses. In many cases, one family owns most of the shares in a private company. Okay. Now, this is an example of Cotton On. So we all know Cotton On, it's a clothing store, and it is a private limited company. Okay, if you want to read through this example, you can. It is an Australian private limited company that has stores in 18 different countries. Okay, it has originated in Geelong. Now, again, we learned about private limited. Now this is public listed company. So public listed company is when the shares are available on the Australian Securities Exchange, ASX. Okay, and the general public can buy and sell those shares in companies. Where in private limited companies, you can't buy their shares. All the shares are owned by one person. Okay, so they have all the ownership. That's private limited. Whereas in public limited, general people, me or you, can buy the shares. Okay, amount of shares we hold in that company is our share as well. Okay, so we will be treated as the owners, and whatever profit is left at the end of the year, that is distributed among the shareholders as well. Okay, some examples are Telstra, BHP, Woolworths, Virgin Australia, and Westpac. Okay, even Coles. Now, this is an example about Woolworths. So it is a public listed company that trades its shares on ASX. Okay. Now, the group includes retail brands such as Woolworths Supermarkets, Big W, Don Murphy's, and BWS. In 1993, Woolworths Group had a share price of $2.45 and 300,000 shareholders in 1993. Okay. In 2018, the Woolworths Group had 445,000 shareholders with a share price of $34.84. Okay, there are currently 9 directors on the board of Woolworths Group. Okay, so this is an example of a public listed company. Now, social enterprise. What is a social enterprise? Now, social enterprise, when you look at the word, it just says it means that working for community, right? You're helping the social, you're helping the people socially, right? A social enterprise is a business that produces goods and services for the market but operates in a primary objective of fulfilling a social need. Okay, you're looking after the community, you're helping the community with your business. Okay, now this is an example of a social enterprise. Street. Okay, it provides hospitality training for disadvantaged youth people in locations across Melbourne. Okay, now it supports the disadvantaged youth people. Trainees complete accredited courses and on-the-job work experience at Streets outlets, which includes kiosks, cafes, bakeries, catering company. Trainees also they also receive individual assistance and support through housing, drug, alcohol, and mental health programs. As a social enterprise, Street reinvests 100% of its profits from the operation of its outlets back into supporting and training disadvantaged youth. Okay, so they are not for profit. When they earn the profit, they invest it back into the business to help the people. So they're working to fulfill the needs in the community, helping the disadvantaged people. Okay, now this is the last business for today. What is a government business enterprise? Now this is a type of business that is governed, owned, and operated. Okay, like companies, GBs participate in commercial activities with the goal of making a profit. So the main objective is again making a profit. Okay, but it is owned by government, totally owned by government. Okay, now this is an example. Australia Post, it is government owned and operated. However, it does say here that government doesn't provide any grant to them. Okay, so Australia Post is a global business enterprise with purpose of delivering community service that connects all Australians, no matter where they live. It connects communities through postal service that delivers mail and packages to all Australians. We all know Australia Post, right? Although wholly owned by the Australian government, Australia Post receives no government funding. So they are not given any government funding. They self-support them. It is self-funded and aims to make a profit from postal services. Okay. In 2018, Australia Post reported a profit of $134 million. Okay. Again, in this social business enterprise, the profits are either reinvested into the business or distributed to the Australian government. Okay, so this is an example of government business enterprise. Now, this is your turn. So what you're going to do is identify the types of business that are most appropriate for each of the following scenarios. In each case, explain why you selected that type of business. Okay, you're going to go through this: a financial planning, accounting, and investment service. Okay, what kind of business that you think is most appropriate for this kind of if you want to start this type of business. Okay, now once you do this, now sorry, I should have said this before starting this. You should make notes in your notebook about all different types of businesses. Okay, once you make all the notes down, then you need to work through this. Okay, now I've got the answers to all these questions on the next slide as well, but I would like you to do this yourself first and then look at the answers. Okay, let's look at the first one, financial planning. Okay, now I would recommend this is a partnership because it allows for a group of accountants and financial planners to join together to provide a wide variety of services. Alternatively, students might suggest sole trader. So you can say sole trader as well, but partnership is most suited to this one. Okay, now do not look at the answers before you write them yourself. This is how you learn. Okay, even if it's incorrect, doesn't matter. Look at what you think about these businesses and then check your answers from here. Okay, once you do this, this is the next task for today. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to prepare a database of 10 to 15 businesses that you've dealt with over the past few months. You may have bought something from them or worked in one. Okay, now this is the table you will need to complete: business name, business activity, number of employees, and business size. So you'll need to research about the businesses a little bit. Okay, now if you have any questions, please let me know. Make sure you're writing about 10 to 15 businesses, make a table and send me the work at the end of the session. If you have any questions, please let me know. and have a good day. Bye bye.